First News with Keeler in the morning on WIBX and WIBX950.com.
All right, Paul Buckley, good morning. Good morning.
William, good morning, Andrew. Father.
Good morning.
Mea culpa.
If you could, do the introductions here.
Oh, with me is Gabriel Kahane. He was a filmmaker. He was here a couple, 2-3 years ago, summers.
I remember, yeah.
And he made a movie called Benji'S Hour, and it is premiering in Utica. I don't know how long. I can't remember how long it took us to think, but it was Gabriel was in my hair for a couple months. All right, what's left of it, and the movie is premiering the home, and he had it on the festivals for a while, but it's here in Utica for premiering. It was last night at Munson, and I seen it before he sent me the streaming version of it. And I saw it on my computer, but to see it on the big screen, it blew me away. It's called Gabriel Benji'S Hour. And it's filmed not entirely, but I say like maybe 99% of the stuff was done here in Utica. And what he did with what his crew did with Utica, it's amazing. The movie floored me. It set me back a bit, and I'm simply amazed. It's full of awards. It should get a lot of awards for directing, and the cinematography, set design, all kind. And if you go there, I just want, because I know Gabe's going to take over. You've got the basement of City Hall is the cop station. You won't believe that.
Okay.
And then the nursing school over at MVCC. Thank you, MVCC, for all your help.
Thank you.
And it turned out to be that's not the hospital scene. It's amazing how Utica looks on camera, and he captured it all. And it's a very dark movie. It's not like The Christmas Letter, thank God, but it's a complete different genre. And let me introduce you, Gabriel Kahane, the producer, director, writer, actor of this brilliant movie that is airing at the Munson tomorrow night at 2:00, and tomorrow night at 7:30.
All right.
If you can't get into the
Jimmy Fallon
show.
Yeah. There are plenty of tickets, so get in there.
Okay.
But tomorrow night, this would be a great option as well. And good morning. How you doing, man?
Good morning. Thank you so much for those kind words, Paul. Thank you for having me.
Is this your first movie?
This is my first feature film.
Okay.
Yes.
And give us your background. Where'd you go to school and all of that stuff?
Yeah, born and raised in Queens. And then I went to a pretty well-known performing arts high school called LaGuardia. In Manhattan, a lot of big people have come out of there, and then I've been making films forever, professionally since I was very young, and this film has been in the works for about a decade from inception, and it was really, really just a pleasure to screen it yesterday.
That's
we
cool.
had great turnout, super engaged audience.
What brought you to Utica to film?
Yeah, so I went to Hamilton College for 2 years, and a year and a half of that was in person before COVID, et cetera. But I knew that this film was going to be, cinematic and gritty, and I knew what I wanted to go for. And so I would just drive around the area, Rome, Herkimer, Utica, Clinton, and the locations would just start popping up in my mind again and again and again.
Yeah.
And what really set me over to the edge is I called Paul Buckley, and we talked about it.
He'll often send you over the edge.
More than once. More than once.
Yeah.
And he said, we'll do whatever you need. Just come here, film the movie. We will bend over backwards to make you guys happy. And as a producer, that is just all you want to hear.
Right. And it is interesting here. What we hear from a lot of people is that when you do something, when you film a movie here, people are excited. They want to help. They'll give up their property. They'll do whatever they can do to help you. Try doing that in Manhattan.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. And not easy.
It does not. And
it's expensive.
Yes, it's so we got, I think, 3 people gave us their properties. Long term, we got more than that.
Yeah.
Cop cars, generously.
Fire
department, ambulance, from Utica PD and Utica Fire Department. Shout out for their generosity, and stuff like that just doesn't happen for free in New York City. That's unheard of.
Yeah.
The film would not look like it looks without all of the kindness from the people of Utica. It went a long way.
Did you see the A Christmas Letter?
I haven't. No, I haven't. I've heard about it.
Yeah.
Heard about it.
Have you heard from Paul?
I've heard from a couple of people.
Well, listen. You know what I heard, and you tell me if I'm wrong.
Okay,
Paul.
I always do.
I heard that the writer who came up with the amazing story, he's from Illinois,
Michael Cunningham,
and that he may have been very disappointed that they basically butchered his concept.
Well, it was two different types of humor. The guy that bought the script is from Australia and, down under. And their sense of humor is not completely like, they changed a few jokes around. Michael wasn't too happy about it because I saw him a couple of times and he was very upset. But, it came out. There were some jokes that got overrun or just passed over.
Yeah.
But he was happy with the results, all right? He would they changed his jokes, a lot of his jokes, to their humor, and it didn't have the punch that Mike's did. So he was a little bit upset, yes.
Well, these things can happen, right? I mean, if somebody's making I'm assuming this was your concept, your movie.
Yeah, I wrote it as well as
you wrote it. So
and directed.
What a great opportunity that is.
Yeah, listen, when you
hand the keys over to somebody else, it's not going to be.
Anytime you got more chefs in the kitchen, you're going to lose control.
Yeah.
There's no way to avoid it.
Tell us in a nutshell. Tell us the movie.
Yeah, it's about a law-breaking teenager who is forced to work at a wig shop for cancer patients, and when he's there, he meets this guarded woman who irreversibly alters the course of his life. So it's a relatively dark coming-of-age drama. And it's about this boy who has, not a lot going for him as he tries to figure it out in this world and just what he wants to make of it. And he meets some interesting people.
Is the boy, are you the boy?
No, Benji is a fictional character.
Fictional. Everything's fictional.
No. I mean, yes. In many ways, our circumstances are extremely different, but our psychology and perspective is the same. Yeah.
How can, if they don't get to, go ahead, you want to say something?
I'm just saying that, I worked with Gabe and it was tooth and nail. We butted heads quite a bit.
Here we go.
But the movie is absolutely brilliant. The cinematic segues and the little nuances in there. It's a dark film. It's got almost film noir-esque, but it's a brilliantly shot movie. It's beautiful on the screen. Utica looks great on it. The story is brilliant. The acting's great. I mean, this movie blew me away. All right, I didn't expect it to be this powerful.
Yeah,
and it just
when you were in the other day, you said
I was floored.
This movie is is a real movie.
It's one to be seen, and I'm very proud of Gabe, and I'm very proud of Utica too, because like you said earlier, everybody got on board. Yeah, and that's what's lovely about Utica. Everybody will bend over backwards to help you out. They want to be in it. They want to be a part of it. So. It's a compliment to Utica how this film looks, and it's a lovely looking movie. I strongly suggest seeing this thing because, like I said, I've never raved about a movie before like this. Yeah. And to be a part of it, it's an honor. And I love this kid, and he's brilliant. And so he's working on another one, and I'm gonna put a gun to his head to make sure he comes back here to film it here. So it's just.
Where can we? Can you stream it? Is it?
It will be streaming within the next 5 months or so.
Okay.
And I'm happy to give Paul some updates on that to share at that time. But in the meantime, I recommend coming to either the 2 p.m. screening or the 7:30 p.m. screening tomorrow at Munson. It's great to see it on a big screen and a room full of people. It's the right way to see a movie if you can.
That's cool.
And if you're able to make it out, I will be there and look forward to talking to you.
All right. 2:30 tomorrow and
2
tomorrow,
7:30
and 7:30. You can go to the Munson website for it.
It's a great. I can't recommend the movie enough, and it's a lovely thing. It's lovely, and I can't thank Gabe enough.
Father, you have any questions out of this?
I think it's exciting to see somebody so young, and talented, to have the courage to be able to put that out there and take a chance. In a world where so many people kind of hold back.
Yeah.
I think that's very good.
Yeah, it's
thank you.
It is the one thing that and Paul, we've talked about this, how amazing it is today when we were first starting doing any of our TV stuff, and especially Paul because he's ancient. I
was drawing cave. I had cave drawings. That's all I am.
It was very difficult then, and when you look at the technology, how it has grown. Now, that is a double-edged sword, however.
Very double-edged.
Because everybody and their brother is making a movie now, and you're in such a crowded field.
Here's the problem.
It's hard for the cream to get to the top.
Everybody can make a film that looks good now. I mean, not everybody, but it's really not too hard to make something that is cinematically pleasing or visually pleasing, that looks professional. And it used to be... you'd see something and, you know, it would be like, oh, okay, this is
totally amateur.
This is amateur.
Yeah,
We're going to have to take this seriously. And they moved on. Now the screeners at festivals have to watch 10, 20 minutes to kind of get a sense. And instead of, you know, being up against 100 people, you're up against 17,000.
Yeah, it's
if
incredible.
we're talking about the Sundance submission.
Yeah.
So it's a lot harder to rise to the top when you're kind of diluted by a lot of other, you know, work that might pass initially as, you know, the level of film, but might not actually get there in practice.
Well, now you really, I mean, it was almost before, if the cinematography was brilliant, you knew the story was going to be at least something that was somewhat compelling. You may not have liked it, but today it can look incredible, and you quickly learn this is garbage. There's nothing here.
Yeah, though I will have to say, not to sound like too jaded, I'll give the other side of it. It's wonderful that, you know, anyone can do it now.
No doubt.
And, you know, that's how I got my start. You know, just I did it myself because it was around me. And
you could do it.
And so I had the tools. I think it's a double-edged sword, but I'm happier now that the barrier to entry, at least to the making of the thing, is lower. Now to anything beyond the making of it, the barrier is high as can be.
Yeah. Well, you went to Hamilton. I mean, he's got to have some smarts to be able to go to Hamilton.
So what's also great is that in this genre, in this art form, the talent that he surrounded himself with, and then also with the Christmas. There's a gazillion people out there, young kids out there that are so talented in this field. It's amazing, and I get to meet them all. Yeah. And you know, after I saw Gabe's first run of it, I called the set designer Olga Turka, and Mitch, the cinematographer. I go, the cinematography is all about lighting, and these guys nailed it. Yeah, I mean, it's unbelievable. It's a beautiful looking movie. You feel like you're right there. You cannot look away from the screen. It's absolutely brilliant. I love the movie. I can't thank him enough for bringing it here.
All right.
Cheers.
And it's Benji'S
Hour.
Benji'S Hour. And tomorrow, 2 o'clock, 7 o'clock at Munson.
7:30.
Go to the Munson website. Don't listen to me.
2 p.m., 7:30 p.m.
2 p.m., 7:30 p.m.
Get there early because it's going to, you know.
All right. It's great. And then we'll be able to see it streaming. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Got a break.